Unlock your inner strength, the Stoic power. Part 1. The strength hidden within. There is a power inside every human being. A power that does not come from money. A power that does not come from fame. A power that cannot be taken away by failure, criticism, or difficult circumstances. It is the power to control yourself. The power to remain calm when life becomes chaotic. The power to continue when others give up. The power to stand strong when everything around you is falling apart. This is the story of Leon. A young man who believed strength was something you could see. He believed strong people were those who had influence. Those who had wealth. Those who could defeat their enemies. But Leon discovered a truth that changed his entire life. The greatest strength is not controlling others. It is mastering yourself. Leon lived in a busy city where everyone was chasing something. Some people chased money. Some chased attention. Some chased approval. Everyone wanted to become important. Leon was no different. Every morning, he worked harder than anyone around him. He wanted success. He wanted respect. He wanted to prove that he was capable of greatness. But despite all his effort, he felt something was missing. Inside his mind, there was a constant battle. One day he felt confident. The next day he doubted himself. One day he believed he could achieve anything. The next day fear convinced him to quit. He realized something painful. His biggest obstacle was not the world. It was himself. One evening, after a difficult day, Leon walked outside the city and entered a quiet forest. He needed space away from the noise. As he walked deeper into the forest, he saw an old man sitting peacefully beside a small fire. The man looked calm. Not because life was easy, but because he carried a peace that circumstances could not destroy. Leon stopped and asked, "How can you look so peaceful when life is full of problems?" The old man looked at him and smiled. "Because I learned where true strength comes from." Leon sat down. "Where?" The old man pointed toward Leon. "Not from outside. From within." Leon looked confused. The old man continued. "Many people spend their entire lives trying to become powerful. They chase money. They chase recognition. They chase the approval of others. But they ignore the greatest source of power they already possess. Their own mind." Those words stayed with Leon. The old man told him, "Your mind can become your greatest weapon or your greatest weakness. If your thoughts control you, you become a prisoner. But if you control your thoughts, you become free." The next morning, Leon returned. "I want to learn this strength," he said. The old man nodded. "Then your training begins." The first lesson was Rule 1: Know yourself. The old man told Leon, "Before you can improve yourself, you must understand yourself. Most people run from their weaknesses. They hide their fears. They pretend everything is fine. But a person who refuses to face himself can never become truly strong." Leon began spending time in silence. At first, it was uncomfortable. Without distractions, he had to face his own thoughts. He noticed his impatience, his anger, his fear of failure, his desire for approval. For the first time, he saw himself clearly. The old man said, "Awareness is the beginning of power. You cannot defeat an enemy you refuse to see." The second lesson was Rule 2: Control your emotions. One day, the old man took Leon to the marketplace. While they walked, a stranger insulted Leon. Immediately, anger rose inside him. His heart became faster. His hands tightened. He wanted to respond. But the old man stopped him. "Why are you allowing someone else's words to control your peace?" Leon became silent. The old man continued, "If someone can make you angry whenever they want, they have power over you. Do not give your power away." That day, Leon learned that strength was not about reacting quickly. Strength was about choosing wisely. The third lesson was Rule 3: Discipline creates power. The old man gave Leon a simple challenge. Wake up before sunrise every day. Train his body. Read. Reflect. Keep promises to himself. At first, Leon struggled. His mind searched for excuses. Rest today. Start tomorrow. You deserve comfort. But every time Leon defeated an excuse, he became stronger. He discovered that discipline is not punishment. Discipline is a path to freedom. Because when you control your habits stop controlling you. Months passed. People began noticing the change. Leon was still the same person. But something was different. His eyes showed confidence. His words carried wisdom. His actions showed discipline. He no longer needed everyone to approve of him. He had discovered something more valuable. Self-respect. One evening, Leon returned to the old man. I understand now, he said. What did you learn? Leon replied. I thought strength meant becoming powerful over others. But true strength means becoming powerful over myself. The old man smiled. Now you are beginning to understand. Because the strongest person is not the one who never faces problems. The strongest person is the one who remains standing through them. Life will test you. People will doubt you. Challenges will appear. But your inner strength is built every time you choose discipline over weakness. Every time you choose courage over fear. Every time you choose wisdom over anger. The power you are searching for is not outside you. It is already inside. You only need to unlock it. Unlock your inner strength. Discover the stoic power within. I can continue with part 2, where Leon faces his greatest failure, betrayal, and the deeper stoic training that transforms him into an unbreakable person. Unlock your inner strength, the stoic power. Part 2, the storm that revealed his true power. Years had passed since Leon first entered the forest and met the old teacher beside the fire. The young man who once searched for strength outside himself had changed. He no longer measured his value by the opinions of others. He no longer allowed every problem to steal his peace. He had learned the first lessons of stoic power. Know yourself. Control your emotions. Build discipline. But Leon soon discovered something important. Learning a lesson is easy. Living that lesson when life becomes difficult is the real test. And life was preparing a storm. One morning, Leon received unexpected news. The project he had spent years building had failed. The people he trusted had abandoned him. The plans he created had collapsed. Within a short time, everything he thought was secure became uncertain. People around him started talking. Some said, Leon made a mistake. Maybe he was never as strong as people believed. Maybe his success was only temporary. Those words reached him. For a moment, the old feelings returned. Anger. Disappointment. Fear. His mind began creating negative thoughts. You failed. You lost everything. You are not strong enough. Leon walked alone toward the forest where his journey began. He found the old teacher sitting beside the same fire. The old man looked at him and said, I can see something is troubling your mind. Leon sat down. I thought I was strong. But now everything has fallen apart. The old man placed another piece of wood into the fire. Tell me, Leon. When a storm arrives, does a strong tree become strong because there is no wind? Leon shook his head. No. Then why do you believe your strength is proven only when life is easy? Leon became quiet. The old man continued. The storm does not destroy the tree because of the wind. The storm reveals the strength of the roots. Your challenges reveal the strength of your character. Those words changed Leon's perspective. He realized that difficulty was not proof of weakness. Difficulty was an opportunity to discover his strength. The old man gave him his next lesson. Rule 4: Control your response, not the situation. The old teacher drew 2 circles in the sand. Inside the first circle he wrote, Things I control. Inside the second circle he wrote, Things I cannot control. He pointed to the second circle. You cannot control what people say. You cannot control the past. You cannot control every outcome. Then he pointed to the first circle. But you can control your effort. You can control your attitude. You can control your decisions. You can control your response. Leon understood. He had wasted too much energy fighting things he could never change. Now he would focus his energy where it mattered. He returned home. Instead of blaming others, he searched for solutions. Instead of complaining, he created a new plan. Instead of allowing failure to define him, he used it as a lesson. Slowly he rebuilt. Not only his work, his character. But another test soon arrived. A former friend who had betrayed Leon returned. He apologized. He asked for forgiveness. Some people told Leon, "Do not forgive him. He hurt you. Make him suffer." Leon understood their anger. But he also understood something deeper. Holding on to hatred is like carrying a heavy stone and expecting another person to feel the weight. The person carrying the stone suffers the most. Leon forgave him. Not because what happened was acceptable, but because Leon refused to allow bitterness to control his mind. The old teacher later told him, "Forgiveness is not weakness. Forgiveness is freeing yourself from the control of the past." Leon continued his training. Every day, he became stronger. But not in the way people expected. His strength was not measured by how many people feared him. It was measured by how calmly he handled difficulty. One day, a young warrior asked Leon, "How did you become so strong?" Leon smiled. "I became strong when I stopped running from my weaknesses." The young warrior looked confused. Leon continued, "I learned that my fears were not my enemies. They were teachers. My failures were not my enemies. They were lessons. My struggles were not destroying me. They were building me." The young warrior asked, "What is the secret to inner strength?" Leon answered, "The secret is simple. But it requires practice. Master your thoughts. Master your emotions. Master your actions. Because a person who cannot control themselves will always be controlled by something else." Years continued passing. Leon became a respected leader. But he never forgot the lessons from the forest. He continued waking early. He continued learning. He continued improving. Because he knew the journey never ends. A person does not become strong once. Strength is built every day. Every morning you wake up is another opportunity. Another chance to choose discipline. Another chance to choose courage. Another chance to become better than yesterday. One evening, Leon sat beside the fire with his students. He looked at them and said, "The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against another person. It is against the weakness within yourself. Your anger. Your fear. Your excuses. Your doubts. When you conquer those things, you unlock a power greater than anything outside you." The students listened carefully. Leon looked into the flames. He remembered the person he used to be. A person searching for strength everywhere except within himself. Now he knew the truth. The power was always there. It was waiting to be unlocked. The Stoic power was not about becoming emotionless. It was about becoming the master of your emotions. It was not about avoiding problems. It was about becoming stronger through problems. It was not about controlling the world. It was about controlling yourself. Because when you unlock your inner strength, nothing outside you can easily break you. Unlock your inner strength. Discover the Stoic power within. Unlock your inner strength, the Stoic power. Part 3. The final test of an unbreakable mind. Many years had passed since Leon first walked into the forest searching for strength. The young man who once believed power came from success, recognition, and approval had transformed. He had learned that true strength was not something people could see. It was not found in wealth. It was not found in status. It was not found in the opinions of others. True strength was built in silence. In the moments when nobody was watching. In the choices made when life became difficult. Leon had trained his mind for years. He learned to control his emotions. He learned to accept what he could not change. He learned to remain calm during storms. But every great warrior eventually faces a final test. A moment that reveals whether the lessons have truly become part of who they are. For Leon, that moment was coming. The unexpected challenge. One morning, Leon received news that changed everything. The city where he lived was facing a serious crisis. People were afraid. Leaders were divided. Everyone wanted someone to blame. Fear spread faster than the truth. Many people looked to Leon for answers. They expected him to become angry. They expected him to fight back. They expected him to use force. But Leon remained silent. He walked through the city and observed. He saw people controlled by their emotions. Fear controlled their decisions. Anger controlled their words. Pride controlled their actions. Leon remembered his first lesson from the old teacher. The person who cannot control his mind will always become a prisoner of his emotions. That night, Leon sat alone. He asked himself, "Am I going to react like everyone else? Or will I remain faithful to what I have learned?" The answer became clear. A true Stoic does not allow chaos outside to create chaos inside. Rule 5. Stay calm when others lose control. The next morning, Leon gathered the people. Many expected a powerful speech filled with anger. Instead, he spoke calmly. "I understand your fear. I understand your frustration. But if we allow fear to control our decisions, we will create more problems than we solve." The crowd became quiet. Leon continued, "A strong person is not the person who never feels fear. A strong person is the person who feels fear but chooses wisdom." His words changed the atmosphere. People began thinking instead of reacting. They began searching for solutions instead of enemies. The crisis did not disappear immediately. But the people had changed. They were no longer controlled by panic. They were guided by discipline. Leon realized something important. Sometimes the greatest leadership is not controlling others. It is helping others control themselves. The battle against pride. After the crisis ended, people praised Leon. They called him a hero. They wanted to build statues in his honor. They wanted everyone to remember his name. For a moment, Leon felt the temptation of pride. He enjoyed the attention. He enjoyed the respect. But then he remembered the old teacher's warning. The ego is a hidden enemy because it attacks you when you think you have already won. Leon walked away from the celebration. He returned to the forest. He sat beside the fire. The old teacher was no longer there, but his lessons remained. Leon looked into the flames and whispered, "Success can test a person just as much as failure." He understood. Failure tests your courage. Success tests your humility. A weak person is destroyed by failure. A proud person is destroyed by success. But a disciplined person learns from both. Rule 6. Master yourself before leading others. Years later, many young people came to Leon for training. They wanted to become powerful. They wanted to become respected. They wanted to become leaders. One young student asked, "Master Leon, what is the most important quality of a leader?" Leon answered, "Self-control." The student looked surprised. "Not intelligence? Not strength? Not confidence?" Leon smiled. "Those things are useful. But if you cannot control yourself, they can become dangerous. An intelligent person without discipline can destroy himself. A strong person without wisdom can harm others. A confident person without humility can become arrogant. The foundation of greatness is self-mastery." The final lesson from the fire. Many years later, Leon became old. His hair turned gray. His steps became slower. But his mind remained peaceful. One evening, he returned to the forest for the final time. He sat beside the place where his journey began. He remembered the young man who once believed he was weak. He remembered his fears, his doubts, his mistakes. He smiled. Because he finally understood. He was never weak. He was simply untrained. His mind was like a wild animal. With patience and discipline, he learned how to guide it. The fire slowly burned. The night became quiet. Leon closed his eyes and reflected on everything he had learned. The Stoic power was not about becoming someone else. It was about becoming the best version of yourself. It was about choosing wisdom over impulse, choosing discipline over comfort, choosing courage over fear, choosing peace over anger. The final truth. Everyone has an inner battle. Every person fights invisible wars. The battle against doubt. The battle against fear. The battle against distraction. The battle against weakness. But the person who learns to control their mind gains a powerful advantage. Because when your mind is strong, criticism cannot destroy you. Failure cannot defeat you. Fear cannot stop you. Difficult moments cannot break you. You become like a mountain. The storm may come. The wind may blow. The rain may fall. But the mountain remains. That is the Stoic power. Not the power to control everything outside you. The power to remain in control within. So remember. Train your thoughts. Protect your peace. Strengthen your discipline. Master your emotions. Because the greatest victory you will ever achieve is the victory over yourself. The power you are searching for has always been inside you. Now it is time to unlock it. Unlock your inner strength. Discover the Stoic power within. Unlock your inner strength, the Stoic power. Part 4. The Legacy of the Strong Mind. Many years had passed since Leon first entered the forest searching for answers. The young man who once believed strength came from defeating others had discovered a deeper truth. The greatest victory was not winning against an enemy. The greatest victory was winning the battle inside himself. Leon was now older. His hair had turned silver. His movements were slower. But his mind was sharper than ever. People from different places traveled long distances to learn from him. They expected him to teach them secret techniques. They expected him to reveal a hidden formula for success. But Leon always began with the same words. Before you try to control the world, learn to control yourself. Many people wanted power. Few wanted discipline. Many wanted success. Few wanted sacrifice. Many wanted peace. Few wanted to train their minds enough to create it. Leon understood this because he had once been the same. The young warrior who wanted strength. One day, a young warrior named Kai came to Leon. Kai was talented. He was fast. He was strong. He had confidence. But he had one weakness. He could not control himself. When someone challenged him, he became angry. When someone criticized him, he reacted immediately. When things did not go his way, he blamed others. Kai told Leon, "I want to become the strongest person in the world." Leon looked at him and asked, "Why?" Kai answered, "So everyone will respect me." Leon smiled. "Then you are still weak." Kai became surprised. "How can you say that?" Leon replied. "Because a person who needs everyone else's respect has not learned to respect himself. Your goal should not be to become powerful in the eyes of others. Your goal should be to become powerful within yourself." Kai stayed. He began his training. The first challenge, controlling the mind. Leon gave Kai a simple task. Every morning, he had to sit alone in silence. No talking. No distractions. No entertainment. Only his thoughts. After the first day, Kai returned frustrated. "Master, this is impossible." Leon asked. "Why?" "My mind is too loud." Leon nodded. "Good." Kai looked confused. "Good?" "Yes. Now you can see the enemy. Most people spend their entire lives running away from their own thoughts. But a warrior faces them." Kai continued the practice. Slowly, he learned to observe his thoughts without obeying every thought. He learned that a thought is not always a command. Fear can appear without controlling him. Anger can appear without controlling him. Doubt can appear without controlling him. The mind became his tool instead of his master. The second challenge, the power of discipline. Next, Leon gave Kai a harder lesson. "You must keep every promise you make to yourself." Kai asked. "What does that mean?" Leon answered. "If you say you will wake up early, wake up early. If you say you will train, train. If you say you will improve, take action. Your confidence is built by proving to yourself that you can trust yourself. Kai realized something important. Every broken promise weakened his mind. Every kept promise strengthened it. Discipline was not about suffering. Discipline was about building self-respect. The third challenge, facing failure. Months later, Kai entered a competition. He trained harder than ever. He believed he was ready. But during the competition, he lost. Kai returned angry. I failed. Leon looked at him calmly. No. I learned. Kai looked confused. What is the difference? Leon explained. A weak mind sees failure as a final destination. A strong mind sees failure as information. You did not lose your ability. You discovered what you need to improve. Kai began seeing failure differently. He stopped asking, why did this happen to me? He started asking, what can this teach me? That question changed everything. The hidden enemy, the ego. Years passed. Kai became stronger. People respected him. He became a great warrior. But Leon noticed something. Kai was beginning to become proud. He started believing he was better than others. One day, Leon took him to a field. He pointed toward a tall tree. This tree is strong because it bends when the wind comes. Then he pointed toward a broken tree. This tree was too proud to bend. Kai understood. Pride makes a person fragile. Humility makes a person strong. Leon said. Never allow success to make you forget your training. Your greatest enemy may not be failure. Sometimes it is the belief that you cannot fail. The final conversation. Many years later, Leon and Kai sat beside the fire. The same fire where Leon had learned his first lessons. Kai asked, Master, what is the greatest lesson you have ever learned? Leon looked at the flames. The world will always change. People will come and go. Success will rise and fall. But the person who masters himself can remain peaceful through every season. Kai asked, how do I know if I have truly become strong? Leon smiled. When you can stay calm when others are angry. When you can continue when others quit. When you can choose discipline when comfort is easier. When you can forgive without becoming weak. When you can walk away from things that destroy your peace. Then you are becoming strong. The true meaning of Stoic power. As Leon grew older, he understood his purpose. His greatest achievement was not his success. It was not the respect he received. It was not the battles he won. His greatest achievement was helping others discover the strength inside themselves. Because every person has an inner warrior. A part of themselves that can rise above challenges. A part that can choose courage. A part that can choose discipline. A part that can choose wisdom. The Stoic power is not about having a perfect life. It is about having a strong mind in an imperfect world. Storms will come. Problems will appear. People will disappoint you. But your inner strength can remain unshaken. So train your mind. Control your emotions. Protect your peace. Build your character. Because the person who masters himself becomes free. The world may challenge you. But it does not have to control you. The power was never outside you. It was always within. Now it is time to unlock it. Unlock your inner strength. Discover the Stoic power within.